Are you sick and tired of not getting the results that you want? You may be putting in this time, energy, and effort into something, and you're just not getting the results. And you may be left wondering, why? Why is this not working out for me? What am I doing wrong? So in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly what you need to do in order to get the results that you want. So let's get straight into it. Number one, my first tip is to operate in power and not force. And you may be wondering, Laura, what the heck does that mean? So this idea comes from Dr. David Hawkins' book, Power versus Force. And the book's all about the scale of consciousness. So Dr. David Hawkins calibrated the scale of consciousness using kinesiology muscle testing. And so here we have the scale of consciousness. And as you can see, all these ones in red are the negative frequencies. And in the book, he talks about how 85% of humans, 85% of the population operates in these negative low frequencies. And when you operate in these negative low frequencies, you're actually operating from the ego mind. And the ego causes a lot of problems for us. It fucks a lot of things up, self-sabotages things for us. And so when you're operating from the ego, you're operating in force. Operating in force is kind of like when you're working towards something, you're putting the energy and the effort in, but you're not getting anywhere. It's just like you're hitting your head against the wall. And then as you raise vibration and work your way up the scale of consciousness, when you get into courage, see, courage is blue because courage is the critical point where you step from force and into power. And obviously the rest in green are the higher positive frequencies, and that's when you're operating in power. So the key to getting results is raising vibration up the scale of consciousness and operating from these higher frequencies, operating in power. And so when you're operating in the higher frequencies and operating from power, that's when you're operating from your heart. That's when you're operating from the soul. So think of force as operating from the ego and power as operating from your soul. And in the book, he talks about Gandhi and how Gandhi beat the British Empire. And the reason that Gandhi beat the British Empire was because Gandhi was operating in power whilst the British Empire was operating in force. And Dr. David Hawkins says, power will always beat force. So Gandhi is a great example of someone that demonstrated the influence of spiritual power over brutal force. So at the end of this video, I'll link another video for you to watch if you want to, that will teach you more about how to raise vibration, how to work your way up the scale of consciousness so you can learn to operate from power. So that's the first step. To get results, you must be operating in power. And this is when things just come to you. You don't have to try so hard to make things happen. You just start attracting the opportunities to you. When you're operating in force, that's when you're really trying and you're putting all the effort in, and it's like you're trying too hard and it just isn't happening. Now, my second tip is to let go of the desire. If you have that energy of desire, I really want this thing, whatever it may be that you're working towards. I really want to achieve this goal. Desire is a low vibrational frequency. So if we have another look at the scale of consciousness, desire is down here at 125. It's a negative low frequency. So if you're operating in desire, you're operating in force, you're operating down here, and that is not going to bring the results in. So the key is to let go of desire. And the way you can do this is using Dr. David Hawkins' letting go technique. Now, this is a great technique for releasing emotional attachments, for clearing out the emotional charge. So once you clear out the emotional charge of desire, you've released it using the letting go technique, you do not have the desire there anymore. So this will raise your vibration, and this will help you embody the right energy so that you can attract your desires to you, or your goals, or whatever it is that you're wanting to achieve. And so the way you use the letting go technique is, it's a very simple technique. It's where you accept the emotion. So you accept the emotion of desire and you allow it to be there. We aren't taught how to deal with our emotions. And so instead of allowing our emotions to just be, we actually resist them. And by resisting emotions, we're suppressing them in the body. So instead of resisting, you just allow it. And you sit with it, you be present with it. You can even observe the emotion, because you are not your thoughts or emotions. You're the conscious being that can take the step back and observe it. And as you do this, what happens is the emotion will run its course and it just clears itself out. And then it leaves you feeling lighter and uplifted. And so that's how you know you've released the emotional charge. Now, in the book, there is a whole chapter on desire, and he would talk about getting his clients to write out their desire in full detail, exactly what they want, and then sit with that emotion. Release it using the letting go technique. And he would talk about his clients doing this, and within a few days or a few weeks, their desire comes in straight down to all the details that they wrote out. So I would encourage you to do the same. Write out your desire or whatever it is you're wanting to achieve in full detail, and then use the letting go technique to release the emotional charge. Now, my third tip for getting the results that you want in your life is to let go of the how and when. The ego mind, which again, the ego keeps us in the negative low frequencies and is when we're operating from force. The ego mind loves to control. And it likes to try to control the how and the when. And if you're allowing the ego to control, it's really just going to fuck things up for you. And the ego doesn't know how to just let go and trust the universe. So it's about trusting the universe, because it's the universe's job to figure out the how and when. And the universe can bring it in to your life in a way that the ego can't even imagine. So the ego wants to control the how, but it needs to learn to let go, trust the universe, and let the universe bring it in a magical way that you wouldn't even think of. And let go of when. Time's an illusion. So the key to letting go of the how and when is to just focus on your why. Why are you doing this thing? And keep reminding yourself of that. So for example, I'm building an online business and obviously building a YouTube channel. If I notice my ego trying to control results, then I just remind myself, why did I start this business? Well, I started the business because I want to help people. I had a spiritual awakening. I understand what we truly are. I understand how reality works, and that everything outside of us is just a reflection of our internal environment. And most people aren't aware of this information yet. So I really want to help people. I want to help people learn to be happier and healthier and live a more fulfilled life. So I remind myself of my why, which raises my vibration because it gets me inspired and motivated. And so that's the key to letting go of the when and the how. Remember, it's the universe's job. Now, my fourth tip, which is really important, and it's to reprogram your subconscious mind. Now, this is because your subconscious mind controls 95% of your reality. So if you don't like the results that you're getting in your life, or the lack of results, the only way to change that is by changing your subconscious programming. And the way you change your subconscious programming is using meditation and visualization or mental rehearsal. Now, this is because as you meditate, you're able to drop your brainwaves. So we have the different brainwave stages. We have beta brainwave, which is when you're awake, alert, aware, you're conscious. Then there's alpha brainwave, which is when you're in a more relaxed state. So that's like when you're watching TV or even going for a drive in your car. And then you have theta brainwave, which is when you're in a light sleep, the dreamlike state. And then you have delta brainwave, which is when you're in a deep restorative sleep. So as you go to sleep at night, you go through the different brainwave stages. And as you wake up, you go through them the opposite way. So through meditation, you're able to get your brainwaves to drop, and you want to drop into theta brainwave. Because when you're in theta brainwave, you're in your subconscious mind. So this is how you can influence it in such a powerful way. And so once you're in meditation, you've dropped your brainwaves, you then want to start using imagination and start visualizing yourself achieving the things that you want to achieve. And I would recommend incorporating your senses into the visualization because that will make it seem more real. And then what you want to do is get emotionally involved. So you want to feel the emotions of the wish fulfilled, as Neville Goddard would say. You want to feel as if you've already achieved or already got these results that you're wanting. By doing this, you are creating new neural pathways in the brain. And so if you do this every day, like you commit and you do it every day, through repetition, you will literally rewire your brain and it will reprogram your subconscious mind. Now this is because as you visualize this scenario in your mind of you achieving this result, boom, you're firing and wiring new neurons in the brain. There's Hebb's law, cells that fire together, wire together. So as you do this more and more, you're going to keep firing and wiring these neurons until it becomes hardwired. Then that's when it becomes a new subconscious program. Once it's a new subconscious program, then your subconscious will bring it into your reality. So that's a great way to get the results that you want because your subconscious mind is controlling all your results. Another way to influence your subconscious mind is also using affirmations, like repeating positive statements to yourself, or even doing this in meditation and feeling the emotions as if these affirmations are true. You want to get the emotions and the body involved as well, because the body is the unconscious mind. And again, by using affirmations and saying these powerful statements to yourself, you're also creating new neural pathways in the brain. So it's really about just creating a daily habit where you're rewiring the brain and reprogramming the subconscious mind so that it will bring it in for you. And my last tip, number 5, and this is really important too, and that's an attitude of gratitude. You've got to have genuine gratitude. So firstly, you want to feel gratitude for the things you already have in your life. Now, gratitude is a high vibrational frequency, and it's known as the frequency of receiving. When you're tuned into that frequency of gratitude, you're genuinely grateful for what you have in your life. By the laws of the universe, law of attraction, the universe will bring more things into your life for you to be grateful for. You also want to feel gratitude in the body when you're in meditation and you're visualizing achieving the things you're wanting to achieve and you're getting emotionally involved in it. You then want to feel the emotions of gratitude. You want to feel as if you've already received this result or this desire. And what you're doing is you're basically tricking the body to believe that it's already happened. Because your body is what puts off the vibration. Whatever vibration your body's putting off determines what you attract back. So you want to commit to daily gratitude while you're in meditation and just be grateful for what you've already got in your life. And the universe will bring more things to you. It makes your energy extremely magnetic, and it will also help you to work your way up that scale of consciousness because gratitude is a high vibe frequency. So I hope you liked this video and you got value out of it. And if you did, just let me know by hitting the like button, write a comment. If you like this sort of content, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification. And I'm going to leave a follow-up video here So feel free to check it out. It will just teach you other ways to raise vibrations so you can operate from power and not force. Have an awesome day. Peace.